medio.
En medio.
It's not easy to get opportunities over here because the market is so saturated. Start?
I guess my first question would be, what do you like most about living and playing in Barcelona?
I think it's a great opportunity. I think the football here is unparalleled across the world and in Spain even. I love the city. Having a beach here and a city is really nice. It's just a great place to live and play. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think so too. Honestly, I would definitely argue that Catalonia is definitely one of the most competitive regions in Spain, if not the most competitive. And then on top of that, in Spain, they generally produce a lot of talent because of the style of play that they have, right? Forces you to be more technical, think faster, and, well, overall, it makes you a better player from the bottom up, right?
Alright, so my question for you would be, what made you choose to come over here and pursue this opportunity over staying in the US or going somewhere else?
It's a great question. I think going abroad to Europe is always ideal if you're pursuing something like a professional contract, I guess in the long term, right? Because over time, it is a long-term investment, right? Coming to Europe, because you have to come here, you have to get your bearings the first year or two, and then afterwards, right? You kind of start developing more and more as a player than you would back in the US, right? It's a lot more competitive here. I think the style of play, the players have a lot more savvy than players back in the States. And I mean, exploring the world one country at a time is always good for developmental aspects for you as a person, right? Not just as a player. You have to grow as a person. You have to overcome a lot of challenges, and you have to learn to become adaptable, right?
I definitely second that. And I think it's obviously not easy to make the move from anywhere to Europe, especially when you're a foreigner, especially in football terms, because it's not easy to get opportunities over here because the market is so saturated. There's so much talent.
There's so much talent.
So that's one thing I like about this club, especially, is they're giving opportunities to people coming from everywhere and try to develop that talent.
Exactly. They give them the opportunity to come from different cultural backgrounds and experience, well, a one-in-a-lifetime experience, because coming here and playing is not easy at all. It's definitely one of the hardest countries to just kind of hop into and then look for a team and find a team to play on and get playing, right? Because there's so many layers to that. There's the fact that, you have to adapt to the culture, you have to adapt to the way of life here, and then on top of that, you have to understand the style of play that they have. You have to actually overcome some hurdles in terms of favoritism, right? Because there are going to be players in the pecking order that are ahead of you. Because, I mean, if you're a Spanish coach, right, and you have somebody from a foreign country just coming onto your team to play, you would be more comfortable sticking with players that you've either been working with or are attuned or accustomed to the Spanish style of play. So that's just something else that forces you to dig deeper, and it forces you to really develop your character as a person, which then translates onto the field as well, I think. So, if you are thinking of leaving your home country and playing abroad, I think Spain is definitely the best place to go if you want to get your ass kicked and if you want to overall develop as a person and a player the fastest.
100%. Bueno, David, ¿cómo te defines en el campo?
No sé, jugador con calidad,
Sí.
no muy rápido, ambidiestro y pues disfrutando como un niño pequeño, básicamente. ¿Y tú, en cuántos años crees que vas a estar viviendo el fútbol?
Buah, no sé.
Pon una proyección corta.
No sé, bro, si Dios quiere, hermano, pues pues no sé, hermano, todo lo sabe Dios. Solo lo sabe Dios, y ya está.
Una época.
Una época, pues no sé, hermano.
2 años.
2 años, 3, quién sabe, hermano. El mundo da muchas vueltas, bro.
Yo te ayudo.
Lo mismo te digo, hermano. Y nada, ¿y tú qué? Que arriba, abajo, en el centro, en el medio. En medio, ¿no?
En medio,
Ya
en medio,
está,
para
ya
arriba,
punto.
para abajo, atrás.
Ya está, no, yo igual, yo por la banda.
Por la banda, corres, la pones y ya está.
Y ya está, chill. Y
¿Cómo te ha venido el proyecto?
bien,
Como
me gusta.
anilla al dedo, ¿no?
Sí, muy
perfecto.
cómodo.
A mí
Sí,
también.
sí, estás contento, ¿no? Yo igual, yo igual.
Muy buen equipo, muy buen grupo de
Sí,
compañeros.
muy buenos chavales. El punta se pasa a veces, pero bien, bien.
No jugador.